Absolutely. Grandma, you can come over. Where's the boobies? All right, we're going to have a wonderful time today. Are you ready to get these people married? Okay. We're here in this incredible place to join Mike and Kim in holy marriage. Anybody who knows Mike and Kim can easily see that their love is true and has been right from the start. Early on, those of us that are close to you two knew that you were the right people for each other. I've known Mike since he was about 11 years old. His family owned a cottage next to ours on a lake, and his dad and I became very good friends. His dad and I shared a lot in common. Specifically, he had a passion for anything with wheels, engines that made noise or even rolled. He affectionately called all of his stuff rolling stock. So David would oftentimes call me after he went to an auction and tell me of his latest acquisition. And the auctions were quite frequent, I'll tell you now. But Diane quickly realized his addiction to the rolling stock and made a deal with him that every time he came back with something, she was going to get a piece of jewelry. So she has quite a bit of jewelry. Dave would be very pleased to see how his son Mike has not only kept up with that rolling stock tradition, but has taken it to a new level and has made a career with it. He'd also be very pleased to see the interest that Kim has in Mike's business and hobbies and how well they work together both at home and at work. My wife Kathy, second row back, and I have been married 41 years. We've had our ups and downs in our marriage, as all marriages do, but we've learned a few things. And I wanted to say a few of the things that we have learned. A good marriage must be created. In the marriage, the little things are the big things. It's never being too old to hold hands. It's remembering to say, I love you at least once each day. It's having the capacity to forgive and forget. It's giving each other an atmosphere in which both of you can grow. It's speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is standing together facing the world. It's forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family. It's a common search for the good and the beautiful. It's not only marrying the right person, it's being the right partner. We hope that every person here today will help and support the couple in their marriage in any way they can. Now it's time for the vows. Mike?
King, I feel like the luckiest person in the world to be standing here with you. You're my best friend, confident, and my biggest supporter. You are amazing, funny, weird. From the moment that you came into my life, I felt complete. Even into my life, I felt, even when I took it back, sorry. I can still remember the very first moment I met you. We were both in a place where we weren't looking for anything. After you came into my life, I felt complete, and knowing now how you make me feel, I can't imagine my life without you. I promise to love you for all my days. I promise to be the best husband to you and to cherish every moment of our lives. I love you with all my heart, and I can't wait to spend the next chapter of our lives together.
I feel like everything in my life is I promise to always help you find your stuff when it's right in front of your face. And most importantly, I promise to love you so deeply that the moon and back to you will cover it. But I am the luckiest girl in the world, and I
John, will you give Mike, please? These rings are a physical symbol of the promises these two of us made to each other. Mike, as you place the ring on Kim's finger, please repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you.
With this ring,
I marry you and bind my life to yours. It is a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship, and the promise of all my tomorrows. Autumn, would you please? Very well. Kim, as you place the ring on Mike's finger, please repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours. It is a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship, and the promise of all my tomorrows. Now, when Mike realized that there was a ring ceremony or a ring exchange, being a diesel man, he naturally visualized the piston rings of a Ford 6.7 diesel liter engine. So, not to disappoint Mike, we have a special ring ceremony. John, would you please present the piston rings and give one to Mike? These chromium diesel pistol rings are a physical symbol of lasting endurance. May they also be a symbol of the enduring love and commitment you have made to each other. Mike, as you give this ring to Kim, please respond to the pledges that I will recite by saying I do. I pledge to share with you my heart, my home, all of my worldly goods, including my rolling stock.
I pledge to share with you my heart, my home,
The toilet seat down when I'm done. And this one's very important. I pledge not to moon every drone that comes near me, unless, of course, one appears today.
I do.
I pledge to get dressed by myself, at least most of the time. I pledge to always bait your fishing hooks and remove the hooks from your fish, even though your fish are bigger than the ones I catch.
Like I do.
And finally, I pledge not to wake you in the night with guttural pig-like sounds, or worse yet, stir you from a restful pastoral dream with the harsh sounds of an anal backdraft.
It's just starting.
It will. I also pledge that if I do lose control, and there's a little more than just fire in the bowl, that I will cast my tainted underwear into the burner barrel and never look back. Autumn, would you please give? Thank you. Now, Kim, please repeat this after me. This ring I give you is a symbol of my enduring love for both you and your smelly diesel things. And then as you give this ring to Mike, please respond to the following pledges by saying I do. I pledge to let you have control of the TV remote one night a week. Unless, big unless, my favorite show's on or you want to watch a football game. I pledge not to organize your personal areas, like your barns and your tool or tackle boxes.
Exactly.
Now,
I'll try.
I pledge as your loyal and obedient wife to leave the toilet seat up as long as you don't stray from the target. You can't do that. I pledge not to count to remind you how many beers you've had with your friends, unless, of course, I think it's romantic. I pledge to not overdrink and barf in your truck ever again.
Well, I can't really promise that either. His friends have too much moonshine.
Okay, next we're going to do our branding ceremony. Mike and Kim have chosen to do a branding ceremony as a symbol of their unity. Branding is a tradition that signifies identity, a sense of belonging, and of course ownership. A brand means history. David had asked for a front row seat for this event as he thought this branding would be very similar to the branding of a calf. I'm sure he would have wanted to do that to Diane. As a sign of their love for each other, the intertwining of their lives, and the fire that burns within their hearts, souls, and maybe elsewhere, they will brand a piece of wood. This brand will be on display in their home to show their devotion to each other today, tomorrow, and the rest of their lives. It would remind them of the love and support that each of you have given them today, and that all of you will continue to give them each and every day. This brand, once forged, cannot be undone. So shall their promise to each other, as it will stand the test of time. And, with nothing left to be said, and by the authority given to me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Now, a couple of quick closing remarks. Right after this ceremony and procession, or I'm going to call it a recession, we're going to gather in a heart-shaped circle for a picture. After the picture, you're all invited to hors d'oeuvres in an open bar in the pavilion right over here. And finally, on behalf of Mike and Kim, thank you so much for coming and participating in their wedding. And And now it is my honor and privilege to present to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Mike Winter.
So everyone enjoy grandma cake. Thank you, Joey, for the beautiful grandma cake. Yeah, grandma cake's the best. Sorry. Sorry. I think
Give me that shove cake in his face.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
All right. I think the groomsmen should all do that. Take it off.
Who's cutting it?
They're gonna cut the cake and bring it into everybody.
You're gonna bring it?
Yeah, bring it.
Okay.
Here with us tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
Save a little for later.
right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We don't have a glass, they're playing. We don't have a glass, they're playing. Talk them out.
All right, let's lift our glasses for a toast for the newly lived. Don't worry, your arms won't get tired. My speech is going to be like a mini skirt, long enough to cover the essentials and short enough to be to hold your attention. Mike, not only are you my boss, you just happen to be a really great friend. Kim, goes without saying, but I'll say it anyways. I think we can all agree you're stunning this evening. We all can agree also, Mike. You hit that lottery you've been playing all these years.
Yes, he did.
Kim and Mike, tonight we celebrate you. We all wish you a lifetime of happiness, love, health, success, laughter. May you continue to find your humor in the bad, appreciation in the good. May your friendship continue to grow throughout all the years. Cheers.
Hey guys, so I see you all have a yummy plate of food in front of you, but did you guys remember to grab a drink? I'm sorry, this is going to be long and you're going to need to stay hydrated for this one. It's not the mixed version. So, I have to do these two justice. She's my best friend and like, sorry dude, you're stuck with me now. We're a package deal. So, I'm Kim's little sister, and as you could have guessed, I've always looked up to her. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Autumn. Some call me Audie, Autumn Leaves, but as of lately, thanks to our birthday boy, the family now calls me Kim is 8 years old to my senior, but if you ask anybody, she's going to say, who do you think's the older one? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to guess it's me as the older one. She loves it, trust me, it's her favorite parlor trick. So, like any big sister, this gal's had a huge and major influence on me. I mean, really, this is a typical case of big sister, kid sister situation. From the hair wave in the 90s, stupid wine. From the hair wave to the 90s to teaching me how amazingly good Swiss cake rolls are, to her heavily musical influences. This girl had me singing Prince and Salt and Pepper at the top of our lungs in the car just the other day. And like, I can't believe you don't know any Prince songs. What's wrong with you? Oh God. And then there's this one song that she purposely taught me the wrong lyrics to this day. Some of you might know it. It goes, oh, me so hungry. Except the word isn't hungry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you're going to hear some of our childhood jams tonight on the dance floor because we put a huge request list. And Mike, you said you wanted some Britney Spears, right? Yeah. Okay. So Kim, you clearly still have an influence over me to this day, and I'm totally going to cry right now. You're my best friend.
Talk it out.
You're my peanut butter to my jelly, the flip to my flop. Or as you like to say, the chips to my salsa, and Mike's now the jalapeno. I still look up to you and envy you so many ways. You found the love of your life. Wow, like we always said, like mom and dad's. I remember sitting on the couch talking about this so many Monday nights. I got you into watching The Bachelor or Bachelorette. We probably were drunk on wine, nonetheless. Cheap box wine, because we're classy broads like that, people. And I'm pretty sure we cried, because we're criers, but we laughed a lot, too. You always make me laugh. It's one of the many, many things I love about her. You always make me laugh at how dumb we are, actually. So we sat on my couch so many nights professing and preaching what our dreams were. We talked about what we saw for ourselves, our future husbands, how we wanted this kind of happiness, this kind of laughter, and this kind of security. How we wanted to laugh our asses off at our person and Mikey, Newsflash, we laugh at you all the time. We wanted to fight with Mom's Irish fire, but mostly we wanted to have her capacity to forgive and make up. She has a huge heart. We wanted it all. The good, the bad, and everything in between, even if it included your bad gas, Michael. And why? Why do I know so much about that? Kim and I talked about wanting somebody that made something real with us. We wanted someone that made something genuine, because life sucks sometimes, and it's better to go through the sucky parts with your person in your tribe. And at that point, I was your person and you were mine. So fast forward, Kim meets Mike. I was with her. I remember it vividly, people, because I talked her into going out with him. You're welcome. She wasn't sure of the age difference, and he wasn't her usual type. For starters, he gives her this business card, and she tucked the sucker in her back pocket like, yeah, right. And I remember telling her, in a sarcastic, lovingly way, the next day at breakfast, you should pull that card out and look at it. Look at it, would ya? Just look at it. I said, you should try different and break out of your box. Your usual type isn't working out so well for you, is it? Plus, free meal, right? So, I said it jokingly, and you know what she said the next day after she set up the first date? Well, he did say tacos. So, that's my girl. And I think she quickly learned that different was good. Her dating pattern prior, well, let's just say not many came to the table with tacos. So he's now forever the nickname Boy Toy, thanks to our mother, who, the poor guy, the first night he meets the family, she blurted that one out. And I'm sorry, Mike, it's never going away. Sorry. So along comes Mike in the picture, and at first, we, the family, we didn't know how to take this situation. We didn't know how to quite get how this whole thing was going to work out in the long run. Saw this guy who, he had an incredible drive, his mind's always working, and nice guy to all of us, I totally admit that. But I'm also going to admit that we kind of judged you. And I'm sorry, Mike, it's true. Your age, the priorities, they didn't quite match up. And if Kim's bringing a guy home to meet the family, this was serious business. So, things were not clear to us as a family where this was going to go. And I remember, though, I should listen to my own advice and willing to be accept different. Tacos, right? The guy can't be weird if he likes tacos. So, with time and many laughs, you come to learn that Mike is actually a huge goofball with a huge heart when it comes to family. Family that now includes us, and here I go again. Whew. And you know what I think? I think it's a guy who's had a lot of people judge him unfairly without getting to know the real dude. So Mike's always that guy. He's always that guy that I call when I need help. He's that guy that mom and dad turn to help for too, and he's the dependable guy. Like when I was stranded at the airport and I needed a ride, or I call you when I need a truck or trailer for pallets or whatever. He's always willing to bail me out of some kind of trouble. He's done so much for my parents, and for myself, and for Kim. He's always making sure that everybody's having a good time, too. And I love that he gives Kim that kind of security that we dreamed about. I love that he makes her laugh, because he's weird. I also think Kim has this, magical way of bringing out people's goofiness, too. I don't know, it's just her thing. I love that Mike uses his drive to jump in and help the family out whenever he can. And I love that Kim has taught him to relax and laugh at himself more. He's truly grown so much from his Boy Toy days until now. I also noticed Mike is becoming Kim's best friend. She was, up until that point, my person, but her heart grew, and now she has room for two of us. Ironically, this is funny too. We were talking about this the other day, how similar Mike and I are actually, our temperaments, our weirdness, and how you're like the male version of her best friend, so it makes sense she's marrying you. She's been training for this her whole life. So I told Kim this many times before. She's so our mother. She's got the exact mirroring qualities of her mom, which are pretty damn amazing, Mama. You see, our mom is our best friend too, and I've got two of them. I'm a pretty lucky gal because of this. Who gets a mom, two best friends, and a sister in one package deal? However, because we're such a tight group, no secret is safe. The telephone game is so strong with us. So, fast forward, a few dates later, lots of laughs already, and Mike brings Diane into the picture. She quickly became our fantastic four in this girl group. And did she ever fit in? She's also my mother's twin. Mike says this all the time to us, holy shit, there are two of them. It's like she's been with us from the beginning, and we didn't even know we were missing her until she came along. And truthfully, in the beginning, we all said, this Mike and Kim thing doesn't work background, we're keeping like him. So you either get our wonderful weirdness or you don't. Either way, I promise you're gonna laugh, whether it's with us or at us. So Mike and Diane talk about David often, as you can tell through tonight. Even though I was never lucky enough to meet the guy, you get a sense about who he was through their stories. And Mike,
I wanted to say thanks, Mike, for being a great grandpa and a great dad, and for making my mom happy, even though we both have only child syndrome and don't get along all the time. Even though I just want to clarify that Jaden's winning the bass competition. Anyways, we're happy to have Mike as Jaden's grandpa, and I don't really know what I'm going to say now, but here you go.
you can tell your dad is around you all the time, and he's so proud of you. Who you become. You can really see the change in you when you're doing stuff that you love. Stuff that David loved, like fishing on the boat. I think Kim has helped you learn to relax and enjoy those moments more. Although, for the record, Kim is kicking your ass at the Bass Fish Competition. And your dad is probably up there laughing at your ass off like we all do too. We've made some hilarious memories all together already. Like the time we both got each other a blow-up doll for Christmas. And weirdly, it was the same blow-up doll that David had in a picture back when Mike was in his 20s. He's holding on a motorcycle. He's definitely here with us today celebrating, as you can tell. As well as Grandpa Larry. So cheers to those fellas. So you see, today is about Kim and Mike. I'm not done, people. I said get some hydration. So I'm wrapping it up, I promise. You see, today is about Kim and Mike. And now, since I've given you the small novel of their history, you also come to realize that they're the two reasons our two families have come together and blended perfectly. That's what today is about, family. And words just don't do it justice to explain our incredible connection. Kim and Mike's connection started all of this, but our connection as a family has grown stronger. And I never honestly felt like I was missing my sister or my best friend. And that's probably because, we do things as a family. We hang out and do family fun night or boat days. We make family a priority. As all of you guys can have some connection to these two, whether it's friends or family or some dude we met at the bar last night at the Flying Duck. What's up, Frank? These two have left an impression on every single one of us and touched our lives in some way. And I know it's going to sound super cheesy, but I think Dr. Seuss has it. He said it best when explaining love. He said, we're all a little weird, and life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with our own, we join up and we fall in mutual weirdness, and we call it love. So let's raise our glass, and let's wish these two to feel all the love and the weirdness. It's real. It's ending, I promise. And cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Winter. I love you both to the moon and back.